Welcome back to episode 10 of the Who's Keeping Score podcast. Shout out, first double digit episode.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
good day to have a good day. So, today's topics we're going to be talking about the Game 7 recap. Today is Monday, June 23rd. So, Game 7 was last night. Um, Congratulations to the Thunder. But we'll talk about that, go into details about that. Also, what happened yesterday, the Kevin Durant trade to the Rockets. Going to give a little rundown, recap, detailed description of our opinions on that trade. And then we wanted to do a ranking of the last 25 best players on championship teams. So, best and worst, kind of talk about who is the best player, go through that. And then we have our sports and our non sports. So, congratulations to the Thunder, but not really because I'm very upset.
Yeah,
Yes.
so now that I've had a day to kind of digest everything, I was pretty upset yesterday. I found myself as a Pacers fan the longer that they continued on through the playoffs, just with the Cinderella run and team of destiny sort of feel that they had, and um, especially after Hallie got hurt in the first quarter, which we'll talk about more in a bit. I found myself really rooting for the Pacers. But as I've kind of digested everything, the Thunder were a hell of a team all year. Uh, they were the best team in the regular season. It's I think the third most wins in the history of the NBA in totality. SGA had a hell of a season. First player to get scoring champ, MVP, Eastern Conference MVP, Finals MVP. Like he did it all. So hats off to them. I still am not a fan of the way that a few of their players play, especially a man by the name Lou Dort. But overall, hats off to the Thunder. First time the city's ever won, so good for them.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good, this was a very interesting finals, or playoffs in total. So I think we got a quality basketball, like, throughout the playoffs. I will say yesterday was kind of a disappointment. One, Hallie gets going early, and then you see it, and you see him go down, and it's just like on his face, it's written all over. It's like he knows it happens immediately. And that's just like heartbreaking, like takes the breath out of the gym. So that's kind of tough. Like I feel like bounce back from as a player to play on either side of the team, on either side of the ball, like whether you're teammates with him or you're playing against him, because you just never want to see somebody get injured like that.
Yep.
But so I feel like the game wasn't as great as I would have wanted it to be, and I feel like we were talking about it earlier, Jacob, and you said it perfectly. Like it was looking like we were going to have an all-time like high scoring, epic Game 7 finals. And I feel like we were robbed of that.
Yeah, it
We
was
were.
definitely unfortunate. Um, Prayers to Hallie. Hell of a season, hell of a year. Um, I mean, made himself one of the clutchest players to ever touch a basketball
Bro, it's
in one
crazy.
playoff series, in one playoff run.
Yep.
Made him the arguably the clutchest player to ever touch the ball. So hopefully he can come back, potentially play a little bit next year. But in terms of the game, um, not a Thunder's fan. I mean, I'm not. I'm just gonna come out clean. They play phenomenal defense most
Guard.
most of the time. They guard. They play. Um, yeah, SG had a great year, but and shout. I mean, congratulations to the Pacers. I don't. I mean, our viewers know from day one we were kind of hating on the Pacers a little bit, but
The Pacers.
and this also really made TJ McConnell an absolute superstar of the NBA.
I thought he was going to do it, bro. I
Me
thought he
too.
was going to
Me
put them
too.
Dude,
on
in the third
their
quarter,
back.
Yep.
it was
Like I said,
insane.
oh no.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
It pulled one up on the screen. It said no one has scored on the Indiana Pacers for the last 8 minutes
Like
except
it
for
was
McConnell, and he
crazy.
had 14 straight points, and it was still
It's
like a
crazy.
six
It
point
was
game.
LeBron against the Pistons in '05 or whatever. Yeah, it was crazy.
Like
So
I
yeah,
feel like no one showed up for the Pacers in the second half.
no,
Like
Yeah.
that when they went on that run, like literally 8 minutes goes by and you have one player score, like that's insane.
yeah, it
And then
Yep.
was
there was a stretch where after like he stopped scoring or another
where
X
no
amount
one
of minutes went
scored.
by, no one scored.
Yeah,
All right,
I
few
mean,
comments. Few comments. So,
before you start, Jacob, they
okay.
turned the ball over more than I've ever seen any team turn the ball over in my life, and it was so frustrating.
And
I mean, that
SGA
was
with one turnover too
yes,
on
exactly.
the other
Okay,
side.
continue, Jacob.
SGA had a horrible shooting game, but he played like a point guard.
Yeah.
Like he was controlling the game. He was making some crazy passes. He had 12 assists or something. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
he controlled the game. And when your shot's not falling as an MVP, that's what you're supposed to do. So hats off to him. Okay. So at the beginning of the game, Halliburton hit his third three. Alex and I were on the phone. We were
Mhm.
like, this is exactly what he needed. Like his problem when he has bad games is that he doesn't come out aggressive looking
Yep.
for a shot, right? That game he had his intentions was I'm going to go out
The basket.
early and get
Yep,
buckets, right?
Yeah.
And
yep,
I don't care what happens. And when that occurs, it changes the way that the Thunder will have to guard him the rest of the game. Like they're gonna have to come out on him. Now the pick and roll is gonna be more open with Miles Turner. Siakam's gonna be able to drive. Like the lanes will be more open. And it completely changed the way that the Pacers wanted to play once he left the game.
yeah.
And we were just talking great about TJ McConnell because he was the only person that could score in the third quarter, but he had 7 turnovers and they
Getting
all led
stripped.
to fast breaks.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
all they would blitz the pick and roll at half court or they would blitz a handoff, and he's too small to get out of the trap like that. And then and that's like okay because that's not normally his job,
Mhm.
right? Like he's not supposed to come in and handle the ball pressure for 40 minutes,
Yeah.
right? That's not his role on the team. That's Halliburton's role. Halliburton has been amazing all year. His thing is like I may not score, but I'm also not going to turn the ball over. Like he broke all those records with assist to turnover ratio throughout the whole season. And then you put McConnell in a position where he's not used to the pressure like that for the whole game. That's
Mhm.
one point. Second point, what the hell was Rick Carlisle doing with those lineups?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Bradley should retire from basketball.
Oh my God, he was on a 10-day contract and he was getting minutes in Game 7. There was a time in the third quarter where it was McConnell, Ben Shepherd, Matherin, Tony Bradley, and
And
like
Obi
either
Toppin
Nem, Toppin,
and
and
Toppin
Obi Toppin played terrible. But I'm like, this is Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And then
And
they took Tony Bradley out of the game
and put in
and
Thomas
put in
Bryant.
Thomas Bryant with Siakam still on the bench. I saw a tweet that was like, somebody with like a massive brain. It was like Megamind or something. And they were like Rick Carlisle saving Pascal Siakam's legs for Game 8. Like, I
like,
don't know what he was doing. He didn't play the whole third quarter. In a game where Halliburton leaves in the first quarter, Siakam needs to play at least 43 minutes. Like,
Agreed.
mhm.
he can't be sitting for that long. The game opened up at the end of the third quarter because Siakam was out and they had zero people that could get a bucket besides TJ McConnell that was going 1-on-5.
Yep.
And
Yeah, no,
like you're
it
not going to
was.
win a game with TJ McConnell going 1-on-5. I love TJ, but like that it is what it is.
Yep, 100%, 1000%. And going back to the point of Lou Dort you brought up earlier, Jacob. Um, I saw a tweet this morning that Case Wallace, Alex Caruso, and Lou Dort are part-time Ravens players by the way they play defense.
That's what
All
I
they
love to see.
all they do is a hack. All
Bro,
they do is hack. Not saying Ravens players hack. I'm saying in the
no,
in
I understand. They
comparing
play
the
football.
to football.
Got it.
Yeah.
They hack. That one video of Case and Wallace standing at half court with TJ McConnell
He was grabbing.
grabbed his arm.
Yeah.
TJ is staring at the ref with his arm
He's
being
like,
held,
look at him.
and the refs just stand there, and then he turns into a fast break.
But I will say, it happens on both sides of the ball. Like there are times where I'm watching it and Shea gets bumped back or pushed back 3 or 4 times, and then he'll flop on the last one and get that one, and everybody will start complaining about him flopping. I'm like, yeah, maybe he flopped.
Hmm.
He also got fouled 5 times in that possession before with no call. So I feel like they were just letting. It's game 7 of the finals. They're letting
Yeah.
For sure.
that one was egregious. I
That
did
was
see it live, and I was like,
ridiculous. That
that's
was
wild.
ridiculous. And it's one of those things too where it's like throughout the entire finals, Nemhard was getting called for hand checks on SGA at like mid court
Mm.
a lot. And I mean, they were hand checks. Like it's not even like I'm
Yeah,
not trying to argue that. He got a hand check, whistle, and foul. But
yeah.
like I swear that the Caruso and Dort were hand checking all day long, and yeah, they weren't calling it. So like it was like a little like it was just like a little
I don't. It looked
unbiased.
even to me.
So
Like,
I understand what you're saying, Jaden, with it being both sides because it's the playoffs and both sides are physical. It just happens to be that the two most egregious calls were against like for the Thunder, where it was Casey Wallace holding TJ McConnell's arm, and then Dort seeing Ben Mathurin walk this way and then like completely jump into him and then fall backwards and they call a
okay,
charge.
completely jump into him is wild. Like
So
Dude,
you're
he went
dragging.
flying.
You're dragging.
No.
the
Dort
But
went
like,
flying and he's crazy. It was crazy. But with that being said, it's not like we complain a lot about the flopping and stuff, but like it's physical. They did both sides did it. But like my thing is that it's because of the name, like the reputation that they built. Like Caruso and Dort throughout the season have been, like listed as these hard-nosed physical defenders. And because that's their reputation, they're able to get away with more stuff,
mhm.
if that makes sense.
I agree. I
I
saw
don't remember
something.
you guys complaining about this when Detroit was hacking every freaking possession. You guys were okay with it back then. So we can't pick and choose when we have an issue with it and when we're okay
And
with it.
The first thing that I did today was give the Thunder their flowers, man.
Okay, that's
I'm
all I'm
just
saying.
yeah,
nitpicking a
no,
little bit.
for sure. And I saw something also. I saw someone do a recap on TikTok or something, and he said Dort hand checks and hacks so often that the ref can't call it every single time. So he'll end every game with 5 fouls, but like in retrospect, foul 10 times.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah,
ref can't call 10 hand checks in the same possession. So then it's just like he gets away with it because he does it once, ref lets the next one go, and then it leads to a turnover or something, which, good for Dort for like figuring out that he can just hack with no consequences. But
so
I will say last night he was everywhere. He
oh
was
my gosh, yeah.
all over
He's
the
always
place.
everywhere. That's why him and Caruso are so successful because
Yeah.
they just fly. But
Yeah.
Jaden, question for you, and then we'll move off of this.
What's up?
How quickly would Dort foul out if he was guarding SGA?
I mean, he would like it would be a tough matchup.
He would foul
Okay,
out the
cool.
first quarter.
It would, but I see Neesmith every possession put a
And
forearm
they
into
get
his
and
Yeah,
they
chest.
get
and that's
calls.
why Neesmith and Nemhard are on their asses on the bench. Excuse my language. They're on the bench in the first 5 minutes of the game.
He
Benedict
would
Yeah,
Matt.
exactly. And then they had to play with TJ and Ben Shepherd.
he probably would foul out very quickly against Shaq.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think all three of us are better than Tony Bradley. Okay, move on. Um,
All right.
I
So
would really quickly. So Alex, as we know, just got his white coat. He's going to be Dr. Kraus soon in physical therapy.
thank you.
let's go.
I
Thank you.
want
Thank
to
you.
ask you. I want to ask you a question.
Yep.
So this is now the eighth torn Achilles this season,
Hmm.
and more people are trying to play through these calf strains.
Hmm.
And I feel like the media and the fans aren't taking these calf strains as serious as they should. And now
Yeah.
you've had just in these playoffs three mega superstars tear their Achilles, all wearing number zero jerseys. Fun fact. But between Dame, Jason Tatum, and Halliburton now, all of them have torn their Achilles, and that's like a full year plus recovery.
Hmm.
What do you feel like the NBA should do to combat like this is now it's I think it's four more torn Achilles than the previous high in a season was
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah. So as you guys know, I mean, as I know, going through PT school and almost being Dr. Cross, everything's connected. Everything is connected. For example, if your shoulder really, really hurts and you have to, hold your shoulder like this to make your shoulder not hurt, your back will then probably hurt because you're compensating for the fact that your shoulder hurts with your back hurt. So going back to the calf and Achilles, when you get a calf strain, the muscles tear in a way that they're not supposed to. You build the muscles back up so that they are strong enough and can repair the strain, and then you're good to go. But when people do not, you know, take that seriously, the strain of the muscles, if they do not let them heal properly, your Achilles then has to compensate the like what the muscles in your calf can't. So your muscles are then weaker in your calf, which means your Achilles has to pick up the slack that the calf muscles are not doing, which is not what an Achilles should do. An Achilles an Achilles rupture is really difficult to do. Like it's really hard to tear your Achilles. It's a really, really strong tendon, but it's only tearing because these calf strains. And all Lillard, Tatum, and Halliburton had a lingering calf strain. Like they didn't have nothing and then boom, tear. It's because they just wear and tear on the fact that their calf is not available. And it's one of those things too that I don't know if you guys have had a muscle strain. It feels better relatively quickly. Like you have a calf strain, you rest a week, you do, all the workouts and exercise you're supposed to do, and it will feel better. Is it fully healed? Obviously not. So I think these trainers and these PTs need to, yes, it's the NBA playoffs. Yes, it is, arguably one of the most, you know, important games in all of these players' careers. But Halliburton could have rested game 6, maybe. That's also a winner go home game, but it's also now he's out for at least 10 months throughout at 100% guaranteed through the regular season of next season. So
So
it's
that's no, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so it's just like you have to recover in a way that your Achilles has less strain on it. It's
Oh,
just it has to be.
got you. And that's actually such a great analysis. So I appreciate that, Alex. That's
Absolutely.
something today.
Absolutely.
But my question for you, as someone who's been an athlete,
Hmm.
do you sit out Game 7?
No. No,
Is there any
you
world you
don't.
don't play that game?
No, you don't.
You don't, but it's one of those things that you have to make sure that I don't know if this is not true, but his calf and everything, that's one of those things too. His calf, his Achilles, his quad, his hamstring, all have to be getting the work in order for, it to be okay. Because it's one of those things too, like what I was saying before, you can't just do your calf. Like if you strain your calf exercises is not the only exercise you can do. Everything has to get stronger because the calf strain occurred because something was weak. So you have to strengthen everything. But no, I wouldn't sit out game 7. I don't
Yeah,
think anybody would.
Yeah, no.
Um,
those don't come around very often.
Quick
no.
question,
Yeah,
which will lead into my next point. But so all of Lillard, Tatum, and Halliburton now, they've torn their Achilles on a negative step.
of
So
course.
they're in triple threat, whatever, their feet are square and they step backwards to plant to explode to go forward.
Yep.
And that is the foot that explodes,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
apparently that's like a new thing that people are teaching. I've just naturally like always done that. But apparently people used to just like go forward instead of going back to explode to go
Yeah.
forward. Do you
Yeah.
think that people should not take that negative step now?
It's more the negative step is to build more momentum.
Momentum, yes, of
Um,
course.
I don't know. I mean, that is how you tear your Achilles. Like if you can't like you step back so it's in full stretch and then you
And then it pops.
little pressure and boom.
Yeah.
One thing that I will point into play, which is not bad, um, the NBA courts are getting obviously redone, innovated all the time, and they're so unbelievably like grippy. And the shoes that they wear, super grippy. They put on those grip things. It's the same, and like not saying that having super slick shoes, I mean super like grippy shoes are like the problem here, but it is a lot more, you're going to get injured significantly more if your foot cannot come out from under you. It's the same
Right.
thing with artificial turf with ACL tears. Like if you're playing football, and it's why grass is so much better. If you're playing football on an artificial turf and your foot is planted and your
Hmm.
knee gets hit from the side, in grass, your foot slides out from under you and then you're fine.
Yeah.
But on turf, you're stuck.
Your
You
foot
get
gets stuck.
hit,
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
still stuck. So like if Halliburton, like I'm not saying that these new courts are the problem, but I'm saying if his shoes and foot
An interesting point.
weren't super grippy, like
Wow.
all these courts are being like, when he does go, his foot might come out from under because he was in a super dorsiflex position, like super like his foot was super and he was very lean forward. Worst comes to worst, his foot just slides out from behind him and he kind of
Yeah.
falls on his face and he
Yeah.
gets back up. But no, his foot is it's super tied to the ground and it has to push off and explode, which most of the time is good. But with that calf strain, it was not like bound to happen, but like
Yeah.
it's not unbelievably surprising.
Yeah.
That's just another
With
point.
that being said, this has been a relatively long-winded segment, but the reason that I know that Halliburton took the negative step to tear his Achilles was because ESPN showed it a
A
thousand
A
times.
thousand,
thousand
and it
times.
was
I
arguably
it was
Right.
so sad. You saw his face on the ground crying. It's the most important moment of this guy's life, and
Hmm.
like all the fans of the
And
Pacers and everything, like
having a good game to start too.
and
Like
yeah,
looking like you're
and
about to explode.
they show
Right.
his injury like 100 times.
yep,
And
Hmm.
every time they showed it, I'm like, dude, what are we doing?
and it was
Why do we
arguably
keep showing it?
it was the most obvious Achilles tear I've ever seen.
Oh my
Like
God, it popped
it
as soon as you saw it.
exploded. It
Yeah,
his
and you're
leg
like, I
literally
don't
exploded.
need to see this 100 times.
Yeah,
I
so
so I don't think I disliked ESPN's coverage of the finals
yeah,
personally.
and every other minute they posted on the screen Halliburton won't return with a lower leg injury.
Yes,
Like,
yes, 100%.
thank you,
I got so mad
ESPN.
that they showed that graphic.
He
But
it
we have
tore his Achilles in the game, and you show every other possession it said Halliburton will not return. Really?
everybody's complaining that the NBA has like the finals lost its aura or whatever. And if you just compare basketball to basketball, I completely disagree. Like I thought the basketball was great. I
Hmm.
thought that the coverage and the media surrounding it was bad. Like you go back and you listen to Mark Jackson's calls and Kevin Harlan and you go to halftime and you see, Shaq and Charles and Kenny like talk about all they're doing. And now we're going to halftime and we're looking at Stephen A and Kendrick Perkins talking about solitaire. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
what are we doing?
Exactly. It's not ideal, but congratulations to the Thunder. Um, I mean, I will say the better team won, the best team and the better team won the finals. So
I
can't
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 stand Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A.
can't complain
Smith,
about
you're not
that.
invited to the podcast.
All right. Moving on to the Kevin Durant trade. So Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, a pick in the upcoming draft, and then 5 future second round picks, I believe is the full trade. Um,
Yep.
I mean, congratulations to the Rockets. They absolutely won this trade. They're going for win now or not or go home, which I think is with that lineup could go very far. The Phoenix Suns, I'm unsure what the game plan is. You guys have 17 shooting guards on your roster, and that's it. Your starting lineup is going to be Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and Grayson Allen.
Yep.
So I
Add
don't I
more.
I
There's no way.
I
don't
think they're gonna move Jalen Green.
yeah.
Um,
I saw something that Jalen Green might get traded for Jamal Murray. Heard it here first. Don't know if that's going to occur, but
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean the Rockets lineup is really good now.
Yeah.
it is really good, and like I agree that they have the win now, but they also have pretty good draft capital moving forward.
Hmm.
And that's what I didn't realize. Like at first look, at first glance of the trade, I was like, it felt like they gave up a lot. And now looking back on how many draft picks they have and how many young guys they still have that now kind of have more room to grow without Jalen Green, I do definitely like
Yeah,
100%.
they had Reed Shepard last year as
not
the
really
third
play.
pick, and he didn't even get any burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he can play, and the Suns are just so broken that they just completely have to blow everything up. And Houston still owns two of their picks. They still own 2027 and 2029. All they did was give them back their pick from
Yeah.
for 2025.
Yeah.
Because this was originally Phoenix's pick anyways. It got traded to Houston as part of a deal, and now Houston just gave it back in this deal.
Yeah. 100%. And
So,
yeah. And Jacob made a good point. Jacob texted our group chat yesterday and said, if Kevin Durant can teach Amen Thompson how to shoot the basketball,
oh my God.
it's going to
Yeah.
be
And they already
it's going to be
have
a
Somebody
problem.
somebody
taught Ben
who
Simmons how to shoot
has
the
the
basketball.
same body.
Yeah.
Jabari Smith still like has the same body as KD damn near. Like that was one of his comparisons in college, and they got to keep him in the deal.
Yeah.
And
I
so
hate
he
people
can
do this
mentor
like
him.
thing where they compare tall people that can shoot a little bit to Kevin Durant. And like we gotta
Bro,
stop giving that unfair assessment to these kids.
it's an impossible thing for
Like
somebody to try to get into Kevin Durant's shoes, but like he could still mentor him, no?
So
no, you're right.
what's the starting lineup? Van Vliet, Thompson, KD, Jabari Smith, and
Shangoon.
Sengun.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
mean,
Thompson started
It,
the two.
bro, they
yeah,
are so long.
they're
I don't
like I don't
I don't know.
who are their shooters on their team outside of KD.
Kevin Durant
Kevin
and Fred Van Vliet.
Fred Van Vliet
Reed
goes.
Shepherd?
I don't know if you guys realize Fred Van Vliet towards the end of the year, he was going like 2 for 12 from three every game, and
That's
he
fine.
put them up, but he was not making them.
Cam Whitmore, Reed Shepard, Tari Eason.
Yeah, yeah, you
Like
know,
they have pieces.
yeah, they could be very good. I mean, they were a 2 seed this year. Are they a 2 seed next year?
Dude, if Amen can take that leap that we feel like he could, he's so special, dude. Like he's such an alien that if he gets any sort of tutelage from Kevin Durant, oof,
Yeah. No,
You're
I
that would
a
be
agree with you,
men,
Jacob.
you're a big men guy over here.
that would
Yeah,
be crazy,
yeah.
bro.
So, and also,
He doesn't move like a normal human.
does this now mean that Giannis Antetokounmpo is a San Antonio Spur? Question mark.
I think they keep the pick. I've decided.
I heard he's
Okay.
going to New York.
That's my opinion now.
You'll see Giannis in a Knicks jersey.
Oh goodness.
What?
Oh goodness.
No, I
No,
don't.
you'll see.
I don't think that. I think San Antonio keeps the pick and they take Dylan Harper and they kind of and then something I don't know actually because it would be Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, Castle, and Vassell. That's a lot of guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now
So I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure.
And Ace Bailey drops to 6.
No,
Goes to
Ace
the
Bailey's
Washington
gonna drop.
Wizards?
No, he's gonna drop because I
Do you
don't know
not
what
want him?
he's doing.
I don't either.
Do you not
I want
him?
it. No, I want him,
Okay. I was
but
gonna say.
but we're fans of the Washington Wizards. He's gonna be there at 6, and we're gonna take Casper Jakachonis.
Yeah.
or
Con
or
Knipple.
like
Yeah, or Con
or
Knipple.
Knipple
Bro,
or
Knipple
Malawach or
cooked North
whatever.
Carolina a couple times this year.
He's
So
I
no,
don't know
he's
what Ace
phenomenal.
Bailey is doing, dude.
Me neither. I don't know how he was the guaranteed two pick, and now he is dropping arguably out of the top five. So, we'll
Yeah,
I was
see.
people
very
have him
upset.
at like 8.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah.
He's just
I was
saying
very
no
upset
to
that we didn't get to
everything.
see
Yeah,
that Rutgers team in March Madness this year. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, they had two of the top 3 picks at one point, and they were horrible.
Hmm.
hmm All right. Moving on. So the past 25 years. Oh, we are so frozen.
You're frozen.
Okay, we're back. I don't know what just happened. You just guys
Okay.
completely. It was. I think that was me. But oh yeah, it is me. Okay, we're fine. All
Wait,
right.
quick question.
Okay.
With Jaden and Alex, with Kevin Durant on the Rockets, are they better than the Thunder next year?
No.
That's hard because I feel like we're out of the age of basketball where you can just pick somebody up, a superstar up, and drop them on a team and assume that the team is going to be better.
Yep.
Like we've now seen it a couple times where like the team has gotten worse when they've gotten said superstar. And so I'm not saying that's going to happen to the Rockets, but saying I don't want to make a prediction about
Yeah. And now
because I
Dude,
feel like
Kevin
Kevin Durant's
Durant
also old as dirt
and
too.
Kevin Durant has now been on five super teams. What an absolute loser.
Like
He is an absolute bum if you think about it. Bro just goes from super team
no.
to super team to super team to super team, and he only has two rings.
We like KD on this side, man.
uh
I don't know if I
I
do,
used to
but
be a
that's
Kate hater.
that's
I'm not
besides
there
the
anymore.
point. All
But
right.
like with Halliburton out for the Pacers, with Jason Tatum out most of next year for the Celtics, the league is like damn near wide open
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the Knicks with
for the
Giannis.
Knicks. There you
With
go.
Giannis.
It's gonna be interesting. Maybe in a future episode we can talk about next year's predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean, the draft is in
the
2 days.
East is that's what
Yeah,
we are talking about. I was talking about yesterday. The East looks really wide open for next
wide
year.
the hell
Yeah.
open for
Orlando
sure.
Magic might be a 3 seed.
That's not even
Like
super
crazy.
crazy to
No,
say
not in the slightest. With
with
now
Desmond
Desmond
Bain
Bain.
now. Yeah, for sure. All
All
right,
right.
I'm ready. We're good.
Moving on to our next segment. Now that it has been 25 years since post 2000 of NBA champions, we wanted to kind of go through, talk about the best individual players at each individual champion and or the worst. So I'll put them up on the screen when I, edit this. But
So are we doing a ranking of like the best player per
so who,
team?
like, and it has to be that year. So who do you think is is 2016 LeBron with the Cavs the best player in the past 25 years?
That would be my pick
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I think so
as
as well.
100%.
the best Finals MVP.
I agree. I think he's one. I think Shaq in 2000 might have been two.
Yep.
Um,
I think you go Shaq any of those
yeah,
years.
any oh 01, oh 02.
I think this might be easier to do if we start worst.
Okay, so who is the worst best
Yeah,
player?
who's the worst best player?
Well,
That's the real
are we
question.
doing best player or who won the Finals MVP?
Best
Best
player
player,
because
best player.
I'm
Because
100%
Iguodala would
Iguodala
be
wouldn't count.
the
Yeah.
nope.
worst player on the list.
I mean, it's probably Chauncey Billups with the
Yeah,
Pistons in oh
04.
04.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a Paul Pierce unbelievable hater.
I'm also a Paul Pierce hater.
So he's the worst, arguably ever. But I don't know. In 2008, he was actually pretty good. But
But compared
So
to the
the
other
thing,
names
yeah. But
on
compared to
this
everything else,
list,
like I don't know. Because
like
also in retrospect, last year we're saying Tatum, not and Jalen Brown won Finals MVP, correct?
yes,
I would
Jason
say,
Tatum was the best player on that
I
team.
would
but
say
I would
Brown had a
say,
better final.
but Brown is worse than Paul Pierce, or Tatum is
Yes.
probably worse than Paul Pierce
Yes, I
Yes,
I
probably.
agree.
last year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think guaranteed Chauncey is the worst
Hmm.
in 2004.
Yeah.
Um, I mean,
So you want to go Tatum Brown? Are we going all 25?
no, probably not.
I
We'll just
think
we'll
I
just look
think
through them.
it's gonna be hard to do like individual instances of players.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
like obviously 2020 Braun wasn't as good as 2013 Braun, but like it's both Braun.
yeah,
Like,
agreed. Who do you think is the best player in the 2014 Spurs? Are we giving it to Kawhi?
Yes.
yeah, Tim
Okay.
Duncan was old at that point.
Yeah. So Kawhi, I mean 2000, I'm taking 2019 Kawhi over 2014 Kawhi, like Raptors Kawhi.
Yeah,
Yes.
2019 Kawhi was the best player in the world that year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
What
I
is he
I think
definitely up there?
2014 Kawhi is bottom five probably. Because
Bro, where's SGA on this list?
I don't know. I'm trying to put that too.
Like he had one of the best seasons ever.
Yeah, but he's
But I'm
not
not I'm not 20. So let's do it. SGA or 2000 Shaq.
Shaq,
Shaq.
SGA or 2001 Shaq or Kobe.
Shaq or Kobe,
Shaq.
2002 Shaq or Kobe.
Shaq or Kobe,
Shaq.
2003 Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan,
Tim Duncan.
2004 he's better than all of the Pistons.
Pistons,
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
2005 Duncan.
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 2006 prime Dwayne Wade.
So
I
that's
might put
scary.
SGA.
I love D Wade.
I
Like
do
I
too.
love D Wade. And in that year, D Wade was a stud.
He was
He's a stud,
unbelievable.
But
I
am I
think I
taking
might take
I
SGA.
might take SGA there. I might
that's a
take SGA
questionable
there.
one.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, I
But
would.
it's also
That's a
different
conversation for sure.
because I think the 2025 Thunder destroy the 2006 Heat. Just like starting five to starting five.
You know, I
Yeah, I
mean,
think so
So
too.
Shaq was still prime then.
Shaq
Shaq was
was
coming off,
He was not
off,
he
still
was
prime.
off the prime. He was like a 92 in 2K at this point in time. Like
yeah. Okay, continue, Jacob.
Yeah. 2007 Duncan.
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 2008 it was either KG or Paul
I
Pierce.
mean,
I'm
you
taking
know
probably
my
Shea
my
over
take on
Probably
that
yeah,
one.
Probably SGA
yeah,
as well. 2009 Kobe.
Kobe,
Kobe,
2010 Kobe.
Kobe,
Kobe,
2011 Dirk.
Dirk.
Dirk,
2012 Braun.
Yep, Braun.
Bron,
Yep,
13 Braun.
Braun.
14 Kawhi.
SGA probably better than
Probably
that squad.
SGA. Probably SGA.
15 Steph.
Again, I might
Well,
take
That's
he.
unanimous MVP Steph.
okay,
Yes, yes.
There's
That's a
no way we're putting SGA over
no.
Steph
I'm
right
putting
now.
no,
Steph.
In
Well,
2015,
in the finals, Steph didn't even win Finals MVP.
That is
did he
true.
not win? He didn't win in
No, it was
2015.
15
No,
where the Iguodala was
Iguodala
15.
It was
won.
Iguodala,
He
yeah.
didn't show
Okay.
up.
Yeah, I'm still taking Steph. It's Steph.
So, like, yes, is Steph a better player than SGA? Was SGA or was Steph a better player in 2015 than SGA was this year? Probably. In the finals, though, I'm going SGA.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. That's definitely
16
an
Braun.
LeBron,
LeBron.
17
Kevin
Steph or
Durant,
KD.
Yeah,
Kevin
KD,
Durant,
KD,
18 Steph or KD. 19 Kawhi.
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 Late 20 Braun.
And you know what's crazy? There's an argument that Anthony Davis was the best player on this team, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Davis was
Both.
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
So
And
2020 Braun or 80.
both of them probably over SGA.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Ron started having gray hair at this point in time. His head wasn't getting as high.
I
Yeah,
might put
Braun
a-
was 62 in 2020.
Yeah, I might put. Yeah,
I still got to go. I'm always just going to go Braun. I can't.
yeah. Agreed.
21 Giannis.
Giannis.
I'm taking Giannis,
Giannis.
probably.
Giannis is a top. He might
Giannis
be in
had
my
50,
top
had
10.
50 in the finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
22 Steph.
Yeah, I'm
But
taking Steph.
that Steph, I don't know.
I'm taking that Steph over 2015 Steph.
Yeah. Okay. 23 Jokic.
Jokic.
24 Tatum. SGA, I think.
SGA.
Maybe.
No.
And then 25 SGA.
So SGA's bottom.
He's
Bottom
bottom like
8.
yeah, 7 or 8 in the last 25 years,
Oh.
with that being one of the best seasons of all time.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like if SGA would have like 3 more good seasons after this, and he wins another one more finals, and we have this conversation in 4 years, our list about this year would change. Like as he does more in the future, we'll kind of come back and be like, maybe,
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because the name builds.
yeah, exactly. No one wants to say SGA was better than Kobe for a year because of
Yes, correct.
Kobe.
He will never.
Yeah,
He
Wow,
will never.
fascinating. Okay, so
Yeah,
what are we saying? We're saying 2016 Braun was the best, or 2013 Braun was the best?
that's one
2016.
two. That's 1 and 2 are right
Yeah,
there. 16
And
Braun is 1, 13 Braun is 2. And
wow.
then I'm taking probably Shaq 2000
and then I'm
If
going
you
for
if you
3.
if you had to take an individual run, not necessarily the best player, but greatest individual performance,
Greatest individual performance. Are we talking throughout the
in the
series or a
finals.
game?
Finals. Full finals round.
I mean,
LeBron James in
Le-
2016.
LeBron James 2016 or LeBron James against that angry face against the Celtics in
This up.
2013.
Yeah,
Where he's like,
but that was Eastern
You're
Conference
saying the
Finals.
finals, yeah.
I know. It was just that moment was
Because
And
everybody
really,
goes to Dirk in that when that
Dirk.
question gets
The
asked.
Mavericks had the greatest playoff run in the history of playoff runs. It would have been the Pacers if they won this year, but
Correct.
yeah.
um, I mean, the Mavericks went through an absolute ridiculous gauntlet to get to the finals. Um,
Also,
I mean,
not to get good.
Giannis might be. Giannis in the finals was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I think compared to some of these names on this list, though,
Yeah.
like D Wade in 2006 was disgusting,
Yes, he
bro.
was.
Yeah, he was, and you had SGA over him.
No, no, no. You guys had SG over him. I respectfully said I would think about it.
Yeah, So I think
Like,
clearly Chauncey Billups and the Pistons is the worst, but like that whole Pistons team as a starting lineup was absolutely
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Um, and
That was
then
a fun exercise.
and LeBron, yeah, it's fun to look at for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
You guys,
100%.
yeah, in the comments, let me know your rankings. Let us know who you think is the best and or the worst, um, and where you think SGA lands. All
Yeah.
right, moving into our sports trivia, and Jaden got us today.
Yep. So I got sports trivia. Fellas, draft on Wednesday. I know you guys are super excited. Ace Bailey falling to the sixth pick to the Washington Wizards. But
Yeah.
with that being said, it's easy today. The last 25 first overall picks in the NBA draft, last 24. Well, this year would be Cooper Flag, so I'll give you guys a
Okay.
start there. But
All
you
right.
Do we want to go
it
back
has
and
to
forth,
be
or
We can go back
no,
and
do it.
forth.
Do you want to do
just
it
do it
back
as a
and forth?
team?
Do
No,
it.
no, no, I don't. I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
You know more than me.
All
And I would
right.
say go in order.
Okay.
So either
Yes.
start at the
Starting.
bottom or start at the top.
I'm gonna start in 2024 if that's cool with you, Jacob.
Yep. Yep.
Zachary Ricochet,
Yep.
Yep. Wemby.
Wemby,
Yep.
Yep. Anthony Edwards.
Paolo was
Was it
after. It
Paolo?
was
Okay,
Paolo,
Paolo, and then Edwards.
and then Edwards.
Are those guesses?
Oh, are we doing strikes and all that
Oh
stuff?
man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gave you
yeah.
guys got the first two.
Paolo is right.
Yes. Yes. Anthony
Okay,
Edwards was before Paolo.
Paolo, and
We're locked in.
Yes.
yes.
Uh, so Paolo is correct. You're at strike one with and.
Oh,
You're
who was?
missing someone in between and Paolo, and it's a really you guys should be kind of upset about this,
Well, all right. I think we're going too quickly, Alex.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
especially all what you guys have been talking about throughout these playoffs.
Especially what we've been talking about throughout these playoffs.
Throughout
Who
the
was
first
in between? Huh?
So this was
in the
Cade
first
Cunningham.
Cade
yeah.
Cunningham.
So
Okay, so then
And then
Cade and then Ant. So now
Okay,
okay,
Ant was
can we start thinking about dates now?
yeah. So
he
Ant
was
was
you're at
2020?
Ant's 2020.
Ant's 2020.
Okay. Yes.
So 2019 was the
In between
was
Zion and Ant. Because Zion was 18,
yes.
right? So who was
This
19?
the 19 was the LaMelo Ball.
No, LaMelo Ball was with Ant.
Oh yeah, he was.
right? Gosh, this was supposed to be easier than this.
Yeah, wait.
2019. Unless I'm tripping, who was after Zion? Was Zion 19? No, Zion was my year, which was 18, right?
Your year was not. You graduated high school in 18, Jacob.
So it was Zion 19,
Yes.
right?
Are we locked in on
Yes.
Zion?
Yes.
We're locked in.
Yes.
Zion 19.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
And then year before Zion was
Freaking bum.
Freaking bum. Why am I
it's hard to go in
blanking?
order because I have so many names. They're not it's not they're
Just
not
throw
here.
just throw them, throw them, throw them.
I mean, Ben Simmons was 16. Um
Andrew Wiggins was
was
really long
15.
ago,
Was
and I don't.
15.
It was he was 15.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
like that spurt, it was like AD, John Wall, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin.
Was it Markel Fultz in 18?
Yes, it was, Jacob.
Is
Great.
that the final answer?
That is awesome from you. It was
Okay.
Marco Fultz and Alonzo was second.
That's your final
Yes.
answer?
Yes,
Markel
Marco
Fultz
Fultz.
2018.
Oh,
Final answer, Alex?
yes, yes. He's either 17 or 18.
Final answer?
Yes, yes, yes.
Markel Fultz was not 18.
Okay, so he was
He's 17.
17. Shucks.
Markel Fultz is 17.
And I
then-
would never say Markel Fultz was a bum. He got the yips.
Oh, yeah.
He did get the yips. Can we confirm he was 17? And then we'll go
Yes,
back to
he was
18.
He was 17.
And then Ben Simmons was 16.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're still missing.
And-
Let's keep going. You're missing.
Andrew Wiggins was 15.
Andrew Wiggins was 15.
Are you're locking that in?
Oh, I guess not.
He's either 15 or 14. Because Anthony Bennett, can I have Anthony Bennett in 2013?
13,
Yes.
yes.
And then can I have
Got Bron 03.
You can have Prado 3. I guess we said forget this in order.
Yeah,
No,
we can just call
no. We
Yeah,
have to
this-
figure out 2018, Alex.
I know.
Zion was 19.
You
Fultz,
guys
we
want
said,
hint?
was 17.
Do you guys want a hint?
Yeah.
I guess.
The hint is that it's funny that you guys are stuck on this, especially what we were talking about earlier today with franchises.
DeAndre Ayton, 18.
Good
Yep.
job, Jacob.
Okay.
DeAndre
DeAndre Ayton, 18. Fultz,
and then
17.
Fultz 17, and Ben Simmons 16. Oh man, Andrew Wiggins.
You're on 15. Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins is either 14 or 15.
Yeah, I know.
But who else was in there?
We're
And you
starting
got-
to
You
lose
got
me a bit
Anthony
here.
Bennett 13 too.
Huh?
Yeah, Anthony Bennett 13.
Anthony
my
Bennett was
my
13.
knowledge is not doing so hot.
John Wall was 2010.
Yeah, he was either 10 or 11. And then
And
Dwight
then-
Howard was
Dwight Howard was 8. No, 8 or 7. Because then
no, he was 7 because he did dunk contests in 8 and 9.
and then Greg Oden was then 7. And then I think Blake Griffin was 9. And I think Kyrie was 11. Or Anthony
Oh.
Davis was 11 and Kyrie was 12. And then Anthony Bennett was 13.
Yeah, that's good. And then
And then then Andrew Bogut was 7.
we're saying a lot of names.
Yeah.
Michael Olowokandi was 02.
So I need 2015. Also, did you guys? I saw a cool fact the other day that Paul George is the only player left in the 2010 class. Isn't that kind of crazy?
That is crazy.
Yes, I saw that. That is
Absolutely
crazy.
wild.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 2015. We're missing a player.
Yeah, we are.
And he's still a very prominent player in NBA today.
Yeah. Very prominent.
Prominent in the NBA today. And when was Anthony Davis?
12.
Okay.
But was Anthony Davis drafted before Kyrie Irving? That's the real question.
I don't remember. Let's focus on 15.
Okay.
What teams were bad then?
All of
This
them.
is hard.
This is more difficult than I thought.
If it makes you feel, I'll give you a hint. He's not currently playing on the team that he was drafted. number one
I would
overall.
assume. I would assume not. Uh, um,
As
would
a
you
very
be able to say the team that drafted him?
The Sixers were really bad.
no, if I told you the team that drafted him, you would get it immediately.
Oh, 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 oh. Um, was it Jaleel Okafor?
No.
No, I'm not even
Okay.
gonna give you that as a guess.
Jaleel Okafor was
I don't think he was a first.
never a
Was he
number
the
one overall
third
pick.
pick?
Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh,
There
Carl
it
good.
Anthony
is.
Towns.
Yeah,
Carl Anthony
good.
Towns.
Good.
Bang.
Carl Anthony Towns. And
Good.
then, so that
Good
was
job.
15.
Yeah.
Yes. Wiggins 14.
Wiggins 14.
Yep.
Anthony Bennett 13.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
so
Bennett
now
13.
it's John
It's
Wall.
not John Wall.
It's either Kyrie Irving or Anthony Davis.
I think Anthony Davis was 12. Kyrie was 11.
Okay, so I want to lock that in too. Anthony Davis 12, Kyrie Irving 11, John Wall 10, Blake Griffin 09.
Anthony Davis 12, Kyrie 11, John Wall 10, Blake Griffin 9.
Okay,
Way to
Nice.
freaking be, fellas.
Good job.
Okay.
Okay.
You should get 8 as well. Let's get 8. Let's get 8.
Dwight Howard. Did we already? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah.
That's what you're going with? Dwight Howard?
I thought that Dwight Howard did a dunk contest in '08. Did he do it as a rookie?
If
I
you did a
would-
dunk contest in 08, it was not as a rookie. You were completely
Yeah.
wrong with Dwight Howard.
Okay.
Yeah. Dwight Howard was like '04.
Might have
Or
been
05 or something.
Greg Oden was Kevin Durant's year, so that Greg Oden was 7. I know that.
That is correct.
Yeah. Bogut, I think, was 6.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we on? '07? No, 08.
We're on 08.
'08.
This
This
is
person's not in the league, right?
Derrick
the
Rose?
true definition of a hometown hero. This
Derrick
man.
Rose.
We locked in Derrick Rose?
Derrick
that's
Rose
good.
was
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one
good.
overall. Yeah.
We're locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yep, 2008.
Good
Yeah,
job.
Derrick Rose.
Really good.
Okay.
Good job.
07, you said
7
Greg
was
Oden.
Greg Oden.
Yep.
Greg Oden,
6.
yes.
It's either 6 or 5 was Bogut.
Who are you deciding between?
I don't know. No, between 06 or 05. It's between those 2 years.
Oh. I have no recollection of '06 draft.
Oh, man. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
think
it
of
was-
the one overall.
I didn't even know this person was a number 1 overall pick. I would never have been able to tell you this.
Was Andrea Bargnani number 1 overall?
Yes, he was. He was. Yes.
There it is, Mr.
Actually,
Krause.
that was
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Man, he was
And then
garbage.
Bogut was 5.
Yep.
Okay, Bogut was 5.
Okay. You said 3 was Braun, 2 was Olowokandi.
Yes, 2 was Ola Candy. Okay, so 4 was Dwight Howard.
We're at 5. So we locked in Andrew Bogut at 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was correct.
Okay, so then
4,
2004
are we locked in?
was
4
Dwight
is Dwight
Howard.
Howard.
Was Dwight Howard.
4, we're locked in at Dwight Howard.
Okay.
3's Braun.
3 Braun.
On, yep.
2 Michael Olowokandi.
No.
Dang it. So then he's 00 or 01. He was number 1 overall. I know for a fact.
Michael Olowokandi was 98.
Oh
So-
my gosh. I'm so sorry.
All right, so was 2000 was Kwame Brown.
You have 2002, 2001, and 2000.
Was
2000 was Kwame Brown,
was,
right?
was he a number 1 pick?
Yes, dude. Yes.
Okay.
Because Jordan
fine.
told the Wizards owner to draft him, and then he went to the Wizards.
So
Kwame
2000,
Brown, 2000.
2000, Kwame Brown, incorrect.
Was he 2001?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn.
So you
okay,
need-
2000,
2000 and 2002.
2000 and 2002. Who was 2000? Yao? No, he was in the league before that.
League.
Who was 2000? Man, that's my birth year, man. What?
So in
This
2002,
I will tell you, he was drafted to the New Jersey Nets.
Kid
2000.
Kid wasn't a number 1 overall pick. though.
no, it's not Jason.
Um,
2000 to the. Was it Kenyon Martin?
Are we locked in?
I like that, Jacob.
Are we locked in on Kenny Martin?
Yes,
Yeah,
Great pull, Jacob.
that's phenomenal
Kenyon
from you. I forgot
Thank
you went
you.
number 1. Okay, so 02.
Kenyon Martin Sr.
Yes, 02. Okay,
Ooh,
the year before Braun.
yeah, year before Braun. It was Uh, was it a white dude?
I'm not gonna give you that answer.
Was it a white dude?
No, I'm thinking of Darko Milicic that went two in bronze year.
In bronze here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm really impressed with
I'm
us,
out
dude.
of
This is
I'm
good.
out of names now.
I know. I think we need a hint for this one for O2.
If it makes you feel better, you've already said the name,
Oh
Oh,
man,
okay.
what?
but your thinking about the name was completely incorrect.
Oh, it was Olo Candy.
No, he was
No,
98.
I
that was
told
98.
you
I'm
it
sorry.
was 98.
Thinking
Gosh.
about the name was wrong. What?
Yeah, I don't even
Thinking about the name was wrong.
Like what you said in regards to where the name should be on the list was incorrect.
It's not Milicic, that he was two
and we said Greg
in
Oden
bronze year.
was
He was like
Very
07.
good. It was '07.
'07.
What? I'm lost with that clue.
Was he
Um,
good?
Mm, I mean, yeah, he was very good. I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame good, but I'm actually curious if he was in the Hall of Fame.
2002. Who have we said, Alex?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Um,
lost.
Yes, he
What?
was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016 with Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson.
This guy?
Yeah,
how did he get drafted
Really?
in this? How did he get put in the Hall of Fame the same year as Shaq if he got drafted in '02?
Jaden, who drafted him? What team drafted him?
that'll give it away immediately. Like you
Oh,
guys have said this name and you know this player.
I would hope so.
I'm lost, dude. My brain's off.
Um,
He was a center.
What did
was
you
it
say?
was it
He was a
Yao?
center. Are we locked in on
Oh, yeah. So it was Yao. Yao
Yao
was
Ming.
retired with Shaq. Yes, Yao.
Yao Ming 2002?
Wow.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, because you said, Jacob, why I said you were wrong was because you were like, no, Yao was drafted before that, and you were still talking about 2000.
I thought Yao was like 99.
Yeah.
Wow. That was good.
Nice.
That was not bad at all.
No.
I was
Yeah,
waiting
A
for
little
impressive.
the
bit,
I was
but
waiting
not
for the
that.
Bogut and Bargnani pool. I because those are some obscure ones.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'll put the list here.
Yeah,
Okay.
good job.
All right, Jacob.
All
Non-sports.
right, non-sports. Um, so this week we are doing top 10 highest grossing actors of all time.
Of all time.
Of all
All
time.
time.
Is this like a
And
newer?
it's not sexist, like there are women as well. Even though it's actors, but
Okay.
there are women.
Are there is this more like older actors and actresses or like people we've known in our lifetime too? If that
Like,
makes sense.
have we heard of all of these?
Yeah, I guess that's a better question.
Yes. I think you won't get one,
Okay.
Okay.
but
Let's start
you've
with
heard of everybody.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Alex, you good with that start?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, can we start there, Jacob?
Strike one.
Okay. Okay. Don't like that start.
Rob De Niro.
I was
So
going I was going
I
Tom
think that
Cruise.
once you get a rhythm, it'll be a lot easier.
Like a Tom Cruise and or Tom Hanks. I like Tom Cruise or Johnny Depp, but I like Tom Cruise more.
Let's go. Let's go. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise number 7.
Okay.
I didn't mention Tom
Um,
Hanks either.
I like Tom
You think
Hanks.
Denzel?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can I get a Denzel, Jacob? No,
Denzel, strike 2.
All right. That's
the greatest
ridiculous.
actor of all time.
Yeah, this is gonna be. We're just gonna kind of let you guys spitball here and not do strikes, but we'll see what happens.
Tom Hanks.
Let's go, Tom Hanks.
Game over. So now we're just gonna let you guys just rock out here.
What? So
Oh,
Tom Cruise is number 7?
So a good strategy here would be to think about top grossing movies and then who were in those
okay.
movies.
So
Let me go to Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. 3.
that's
Okay.
ridiculous. You're gonna
Chris
sit here and tell me that
Evans.
Robert Downey Jr. is a more prominent actor, or I guess that's not really what this is.
Do we think?
Chris Evans 6.
Okay. Do we think Vin Diesel's on here, Alex? Because of all the freaking
Oh
whatchamacallits?
man, did we just continuously go Marvel? I don't
Like,
know.
I think it's got to be like series of movies. Is kind of the way to think about it. Tom
Yeah,
Cruise has a million Mission Impossibles.
yeah, that's yeah.
Do you like Vin Diesel?
I don't mind Vin Diesel.
Can I get a Vin Diesel, Jacob?
Vin Diesel 8.
Yeah, nice. Um, Johnny Depp for all but Johnny Depp wasn't in much besides the
Yeah.
Caribbeans.
What about The Rock? That's
Oh
I feel like
wow. But the thing is, like, all of his movies weren't like that
that's
high grossing.
popular. Yeah.
Um,
Jacob, are there any more Marvel characters on there? Did we? Did
I'm
we?
not going to answer.
Oh. Do we
that
think
probably means there is.
Scarlett Johansson?
Oh wow. I don't mind that.
I mean, a Scar Joe, Jacob.
Scarlett Joe is the second highest
Wow.
grossing actor of all time. It
That is
with
That's
insane.
$14.5 billion in
wow.
total.
Well, wow.
He's been in
Sound-
52 films with an average of $300 million per film.
That's wild.
Golly.
Shout out Scar Joe. I'm a big fan. Love to have you on the pod.
Love to
I
have you on the pod, Scojo, Scarlet
I
Joe,
would
whatever you want to be
not be
called.
able to speak during that podcast.
Same here. I'm sitting hands behind my back.
Yeah. Um,
uh
wait, did we get one on the list yet?
no.
No.
Um they have to be more recent, I would think, if we want to do the grossing. Is that a good way
What
to
are
think about that, Jacob?
Yeah. I feel like you guys have caught a good rhythm.
what are like huge like movie franchises? Avatar made a
Hold
lot of
up. Who have we gotten? We've gotten Scarlett Johansson 2, Robert Downey Jr. 3,
money.
Chris Evans 6, Tom
Hmm.
Cruise 7, Vin
And Vin
Diesel 8.
Diesel. Yeah.
That's what we've
Yeah.
gotten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um Hemsworth. Any of the Hemsworth? Chris Pratt.
Nope.
Um
It's Pratt.
Brad Pitt. I'm just naming people. Angelina Jolie. I'm out here I'm naming
His
people
name
now.
is that. What is like a huge franchise that's been out? Like, what are other huge? Like, do we think that like Ludacris probably didn't make that much in the whatchamacallit ones? What's the other guy's name? And Fast and Furious.
Oh, probably not. Like Star Wars?
I would
Oh,
say that you guys found a theme and you're now straying away from the theme.
oh, so we're gonna
Okay.
go back to Marvel.
So go back to Marvel. So
Yeah, go ahead. Al. Whatever, Hemsworth.
yeah, Thor. I forget Chris.
Chris Hemsworth 9.
Okay.
I think it is Chris.
Yeah. Um. Gosh. Okay.
There's another one.
There's
Uh.
another one.
I would stick with the same theme and the same name.
Liam Hemsworth.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt 5.
Wow, Alex.
Oh,
That's
I went the wrong route of the same.
And
Is it
there's one more person that's known for those type of movies, I would say, who's number one. But he's also in a lot of other movies. He's in 66 movies.
Is it? Who was in? It's gonna be dumb. Like,
He he's been in a lot of movies that we've discussed on the pod.
Oh, is it Tyson Fury? Samuel L. Jackson. Sorry.
How did you get Tyson Fury? Nick, what?
Fury. Nick Fury. I apologize. Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson. He's been in a lot of
Yes,
things.
Samuel L. Jackson, number one.
That might
Tyson
need to be
Fury?
edited out.
No.
Tyson Fury. No, we're
No.
keeping that in.
Yeah.
That's
Production team, keep it in.
that's terrible.
Well, you got the
I'm
answer,
the
right?
production team. Yes,
Wow.
I meant Nick Fury, and then I meant Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow.
Okay,
Great pull.
so from Avengers Endgame, we have number one, Samuel L. Jackson, number two, Scarlett Johansson, number three, Robert Downey Jr., number five, Chris Pratt, number six, Chris Evans, number eight, Vin Diesel, number nine, Chris Hemsworth, all from Avengers Endgame,
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
who is
because
the top
Vin
grossing
Diesel
film.
was Groot.
Yes, and
Wow.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
Okay. So who are we missing?
Just seven?
You're missing four, and no, seven was Tom Cruise.
That's
So you're missing 4 and 10.
Okay. No more Marvel.
I think one of them was in Marvel movies, but I wouldn't say that's what he's known for.
Okay.
4 is a woman, and 10 is a man who is incredibly attractive. That's my hint.
I'm guessing it's from Jacob's history. It's going to be Michael B. Jordan at 10.
That's crazy.
It's not Michael B. Jordan, but he is very attractive. I don't know what Jacob's history means, but
Yeah, that's a wild way to put that.
yeah, I have no clue what that meant.
Why did he guess Jacob's main crush?
My girlfriend and I just watched Sinners, if that's what you mean, but just to confirm, girlfriend at 10.
Okay, so
Anyways, that's not the answer.
Not Michael B. Jordan.
No, it's not Michael B. Jordan.
okay,
That's so crazy.
incredibly attractive.
There are a bunch of those, I will say, but
And then you said 4 was a female.
yes, she's also attractive.
Like is Angela?
If that
Have we
gives
said this
any
girl
clues.
before? Have we said any?
No,
of these
no,
people
no,
before? I was gonna say
No.
Angelina Jolie is not even a horrible guess. She was Tigress, so nice.
What type of movies? Can we get that?
I would once again think of movies that have grossed a lot of money. This woman's been in
Avatar.
a lot of
I
stuff.
don't know who's in Avatar, but that's the second.
Zoe.
Zoe Saldana,
Yeah,
very good.
I have
is number 4.
No idea who that is.
that is a very beautiful woman. That is.
Yes,
I
Zoe
apologize.
Saldana.
Apologize, Zoe. I'm unfamiliar with your game. I don't even know who you
Yes. Okay.
are.
Well,
And then
she-
10.
She was the main female character in Avatar.
Avatar.
But
Yeah. Look her up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
10.
And then 10 is the attractive non-Michael B. Jordan person.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Zoe Saldana at 4. Wow, that's crazy.
He has a British Academy Film Award, 3 Grammys, 12 Academy Awards, 6 Golden Globes, and a Tony.
Wow. Good job. And we know who this is.
No Oscars.
No.
And
What was that?
we know who this is.
Yes, you definitely know who this is. He's been in a movie that we have really enjoyed. A few of them.
That we have really enjoyed.
Yes.
Oh,
A bunch of them. We've watched them together. A few of them.
all 3 of us, or just the 2 of you guys?
All 3 of us.
What if we sat down and watched? Guys,
He was
Biker
just
Boys?
to,
No, I'm kidding.
yeah, it's great.
he was People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2011. So everybody else agrees with me.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming
He's white.
not Jason Kelsey.
It's not Jason Kelsey.
I was about to make a really strange
Okay,
comment.
so I'm
Yeah.
trying to listen. I'm trying to list things that he's been in without giving
Wait,
things
we
away
sat
because
down and watched a bunch of his movies together.
We've watched a few of his movies that he's been in together. Yes, for
Are
sure.
they a series?
He's been in series, but he's also
That
like
was
been the
one.
main character in like individual movies. He had his breakout in a movie that has had a series.
Is this the one you thought we wouldn't get?
No, I thought you weren't going to get Zoe Saldana.
Oh,
This person is very well known. He was in a really famous movie with another very famous co-star that created some very famous songs from a movie in 2018.
is it The Rock?
No, it is not The Rock, and
Famous
I'm offended that that's who you thought I thought was sexy.
famous songs.
That's a really. Oh, you said he was white.
Famous
He is
songs
white.
in 2018.
Yeah, from this movie. I'm giving you a lot of stuff.
Is
Is it
it
I
Black
feel like I should
Black
have said it.
Panther?
Panther?
Is it?
No,
Is it?
no, no,
Oh,
no,
we said no
no.
Marvel, and he's also still white.
Famous songs?
Like,
Yeah.
He is white.
I don't know.
Okay, so his first name starts with a B.
I just feel like our viewers are like yelling at us right now.
Why did the first thing that came to my brain was Bobby Portis, which is not my guess.
His last name starts with a C. So
Uh,
BC.
BC.
This is terrible
I
from
have
us,
no
Jaden.
idea.
Um,
Can you give me a movie he was in? If we're giving the BC hits.
Yeah, The Hangover, Wedding
oh,
Crashers.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Dang it.
We watched Limitless together.
Limitless is
We
a great
watched
movie.
That was a great.
Limitless is a great movie.
It's crazy.
And I was talking about this. A Star Is Born is the
Oh, I
movie
actually never watched
with
it.
Lady Gaga.
That's kind of crazy that Bradley Cooper's ahead of DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. But it's also because it has him listed in Endgame. What was he in Endgame?
I have no idea.
I don't know. No,
I don't know. But he was
So-
apparently in Endgame, and
Read-
he's the 10th.
Read the list.
So yeah,
Jacob.
full list is Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Tom Cruise, Vin Diesel, Chris Hemsworth, Bradley Cooper.
Gotcha.
Wow,
That's awesome. Good
Yeah.
question, Jacob.
great question, Jacob.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So that concludes episode 10 of the Who's Keeping Score podcast. Next episode, we'll kind of get into it when it comes along, but it's going to be a only trivia episode. It's going to be an all trivia
subscriber
episode.
special.
Yeah, subscriber special. We'll get into it when we record, but that is going to be episode 11. But hope you guys enjoyed. Congratulations again to the Thunder. Prayers out to Hallie. Hope he recovers soon. And let's go, Marvel.
ESPN,
Also-
get Who's Keeping Score on the board instead of Stephen A. and Kendrick Perkins. Thank you.
And P.S. We didn't really talk about it much because it's football. Jair Alexander went to the Ravens.
Yes, he did. We'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure.
And we're very excited.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys
100%.
in
Have a
episode
good one, y'all.
11.